The power module is the controller for the high draw items like the electric fuel pump, the cooling fans, and the O2 sensor. Now, this can be mounted anywhere on the car. If you've got a restored muscle car and you want to hide your EFI system, you can. This can go all the way inside of the car, like in the glove compartment, with extensions that are available from MSD. It does not cause any kind of radio frequency, so it won't interrupt your radio. But in our case, we're going to go under the hood. Now, here you have a couple of options. The inner fender is a classic place to put this, but in our case, we're going to mount it to the firewall. Fixing the unit to the firewall is as simple as using self-tapping screws. Okay, now that the power module is fastened to the firewall, we can think about the wiring harness. Now, the kit comes with a wiring harness with a very long series of pigtails on it. And what these do is they run things like the electric fuel pump, the cooling fans, and the O2 sensor. It starts by plugging it in. Next up, we're going to be running these wires in such a way that they don't make contact with any hot spots or moving parts. Well, the stage is set and our Chevelle is almost ready to jump into the 21st century. Yes, the carburetor is coming off and the fuel injection is going on. But let's have a quick look at the MSD Atomic EFI throttle body. The thing that's beautiful about this is its modular design. It's very, very sanitary to look at. There's not a lot of external components like the MAP sensor, the TPS sensor. They're all built in, as are the fuel injectors, which are feeding each of the venturi from the corners. Again, it's self-contained, sanitary, and really easy to look at. Beyond that, it requires less wiring, has a single fuel line, it has a crossover fuel rail, roller bearings for the throttle blade shafts, and an integrated fuel pressure sensor. Well, now it's time to take that carburetor off. The MSD throttle cable bracket is universal. It'll accept all 4 GM and Chrysler kickdowns, throttle cables, and throttle rods. But what we want to do is the parts that were on our carburetor that we worked with before, we're transferring onto the throttle body so that they work once again here. Again, very simple, swap the parts from the carburetor onto the fuel injection unit and you'll be good to go. Like all EFI systems, we have to have information for the computer on engine temperature, and the best place to get that is the engine coolant temperature. So we have a sending unit that we're threading into the cylinder head right here. We're going to wire it up, and we want to make sure that the wire doesn't get into contact with anything hot that could melt it. With the throttle body bolted to the engine, now we can attach the wires to the system. Those connections include battery positive, battery negative, switch 12 volt, and also a trigger from the distributor to the fuel injection unit to tell the injectors when to run. That's a simple wire on our MSD ready to run distributor. Under the car, we have to connect the electric fuel pump, the O2 sensor, and that totals 8 wires. But remember, there are some optional connections, which include the ability to run 2 cooling fans, and finally, if we choose to, we can also trigger a kick-up for the AC. In the event that the AC turns on, we can actually compensate the idle speed for that. So basically, it's an AC kick-up sensor. So again, 8 wires to get her running. It couldn't be simpler. Connecting the gas tank to the fuel injection unit is really easy. Now, the MSD throttle body does come with an AN fitting. It's a -6, but in our case, because we're going to use the rubber, we're going to use the included barbed fitting. We're just going to plug a rubber line right onto that. We want to be sure we use an EFI specific clamp on this.